All of the most popular stories about a hero isn't about where they end up, but it's about the journey that they go on to get there. So today I'm going to tell you how you can start your own fitness journey and become your own hero. Don't try and change everything all at once. It's too overwhelming, it's too complicated. Life has enough stresses and problems in it to worry about trying to change your fitness, your routine, your habits, your diet. There's too much to go on, it will overwhelm you and nothing will get done. You'll relapse and be back at square one, or even be even further in the other direction. One thing at a time. But what are you doing? Whether it's fitness or nutrition, start with one thing only and start it for 4 to 6 weeks. Once you're into a good habit of it, then start introducing something else slowly over time. So for example, if you haven't started the gym yet, you don't have a workout routine, get a membership, go down, show up. If you're nervous about going, just show up one day. Just walk in, have a look around, leave. Make the habit of showing up there 1, 2, maybe 3 times a week after work. Make sure it's somewhere on the way home from work. Then it lowers any barriers to entry to getting there. Once you're comfortable just walking in, maybe get on a treadmill for 5-10 minutes. Just have a walk. Get used to being in the environment around those people. And then start something, maybe join a fitness class or go and try out some of the machines. Or even if you want to take it one step further, you can find a coach and they can help you along the way to jumpstart you and fast track you to where you want to be. If you're starting a new diet, make sure it fits your routine. Make sure it's something that you stick to, because the most important thing is something that you can stick to. Adherence. That is number one. Consistency, sticking to it and enjoying it. Make sure everything isn't you having to go out of your way completely to add this new thing into your life. Make it as easy as possible to get into the habit and routine of it. That way you stick to it, and that's the way you're going to get to your goals. And then, as I said, 4 to 6 weeks, then we add in the new hurdles to step in. You've gotten used to going into the gym, you've got a routine down, you're going regularly, then we change the other ones, whether it's the diet, you've been meal prepping on the weekends for the week, an hour or two, that's all it takes, an hour or two on the weekends meal prep for the week. Then we add in the gym, or if you're going to the gym on the way home from work, then we start adding in new meals. Doesn't have to be boring, you're allowed to season your food still from the diet. No one said you can't, doesn't have to be plain chicken and rice. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because it won't. Look at your hero's journeys, for example. They always go from some sort of hardship, some sort of test, something that levels them up. Change isn't easy, because we're operating outside of our comfort zone. But the more we do it, the bigger that zone gets, the harder we're going to need to keep pushing, to keep evolving, to get to our goals and become our hero. Start small, start achievable, and celebrate every little win. It could be something as small as losing a pound. Every pound is something worth celebrating. Every new PB is worth celebrating, whether it's a 1 rep max, 10 rep max, you are adding reps or weight, everything is worth celebrating. That will keep you going, that will keep the fire lit. And even though I've said about joining a gym, it doesn't have to be a gym. It could be starting by getting your 10k steps in. It could be maybe going for a run if that's what you enjoy. Endurance or resistance training. I'll always err on the side of resistance training, but that could be, I'm a bit biased because I love it. And that's something that works for me. And I do recommend resistance training for everyone, but at the start, just do something that you're going to do consistently. Even if it's just a few push-ups or sit-ups or pull-ups or squats, something at home, half an hour, 2 to 3 times a week, it's a start. The main thing is you're working hard towards a goal and you're consistent with it. The next step is to have a plan and track your progress. The way I see it is, if you're driving to a new destination and you would typically have a map at the very least, but nowadays, come on, we've all got a phone on us, or our cars are built in sat-navs. We whack it in the sat-nav and we just follow it and off we go. If you're not tracking, you don't have a plan, you're going in blind. You don't have a map, you don't have a sat-nav, you're just driving and hoping for the best, thinking, is that road sign, which direction? Yeah, cool, whatever. You're just aiming blind. Have something to aim towards and track, so every day you know the progress you're making. And that way you can look back to see the person you were and who you've become now, and all the hard work you put in the middle, especially when you're feeling unmotivated, because that will happen. Happens to everyone. Everyone will get unmotivated at some point, so the results might get a bit stagnant. So having those pictures or your weigh-ins or looking back at the weight you used to be lifting, something to look back and see where you started to where you're going, that's something great, a good motivation booster. There was a study, I like to call it the Tom and Jerry study. They had rats, they tested the power and the speed rats would pull and run at if they had something to chase, so a block of cheese, versus fear, something they're chasing them, so they put in the smell of a cat. So they started with a block of cheese, the rat was chasing the cheese, and it ran at, I'm not sure, pulled at whatever, X speed. Then they took the cheese away, put the smell of the cat. It pulled and ran even faster. Then they had both, the fear and the goal. And it ran faster than both tests. So, metaphorically speaking, I know we're not rats, but having something to aim towards and having that fear of not wanting to be the person that we were before we started, that's going to help accelerate you to where you want to come. And remember, be realistic, because you're not going to change a lifetime of sedentary lifestyle, not moving much, and a poor diet in a month. And finally, enjoy the process. At first, it might not be so enjoyable because it's something new, something difficult. But when you get into the rhythm, into the habit of it, and then you can see the change, you get excited, you get the fire lit, you start to enjoy it. Find pleasure in the pain. To quote Albert Camus, or Camus, I'm not really sure how to say his name, spider. The struggle alone is enough to fill a man's heart. This is said in reference to the myth of Sisyphus, and if you don't know the myth of Sisyphus, quickly, Sisyphus was a man who outsmarted the gods one too many times in Greek mythology. So they had to punish him by making him push a boulder uphill for the rest of eternity. Every time he got to the top of the hill, it would roll back down. Now Albert Camus says, if we can imagine Sisyphus smiling, he's outsmarted the gods one last time. I may have got a bit off topic there, but the point is, the goal is to give you direction. And that isn't the end all and be all. But once you get that goal, you turn around and realise it was never about the goal. It wasn't about the destination. As cliche as this is sounding, it was about the person you became along the way and the habits you built to create a sustainable, happier and healthier future. And it's not just for you, it's for the people around you. To be able to play with the dog still when you go to the park. To be able to pick your kids up and wrestle them as they get older and not get out of breath when we get to the top of the stairs. So you might not want to be the hero for you, but be the hero for the people around you and their future.